Charmel?
Madam Chair, I'd make a motion to approve the request of Ms. Newman to gift deed her property to her
Granddaughter.
granddaughter.
Motion by Charmel, second by Anita. All those in favor? Motion carries. Martin?
I'm sure I would make the motion to direct lands to pursue the purchase of Whiskey River and get all the details therein. Thank you. What'd I say?
Rivers.
Yeah, I'm hungry, I think.
Motion by Martin, second by Anita. All those in favor? Okay, motion carries unanimous. Martin?
I'll make the motion to approve option number 1 on the former smoke shop in Ronan.
Okay, motion by Martin. Second by Lynn. All those in favor? Opposed? Mike's opposed. Motion carries. I would entertain a motion to show interest in the 330 acres along the Bison
Highway 200.
Highway 200, the Whiskey River. Wait, who made the motion? Lynn, second by Anita. All those in favor? Motion carries. And the last item is to approve the fall bid. Motion by Martin, second by Ellie. All those in favor? Motion carries unanimous.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lance.
Thank you, Councilman.
Okay, we're on the final stretch. Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon.
Go ahead.
Long day. We'll make this short. We came up with a training schedule. We met with Craig, talked to IT about some of the different things, the way get like the rave. Some people after our last fire drill asking about rave, how to do it, building specific. So we met with Rick and he kind of guided us which way to go. So we talked to IT about Alertus. It can be up and running, but they need policies and procedures for it. Who's going to be, I guess, the one in charge of running it? And they did say once it goes out, it's going to cover you, take over your screen. So like if we put active shooter, it's going to show up on your screen, your desktop, your cell phone, just kind of like the rave. So there's some training that's going to have to be done with that. Craig, we talked to Craig about the active shooter part. At gaming, we use a gun with blanks. We have a suit and everything. Craig kind of steered us away from using a gun with blanks because there's a possibility that somebody could put a live round in who's inspecting the gun. And so he pointed us in the direction of a simunition gun that's made for this with ammo. So I reached out to them, I got their catalog today. Rick said, find out what we need and get back to him with that part. We did talk to Bill Koberg and the safety committee about which buildings have, like the fire drill here, which has the fire systems. and which ones don't, how many AEDs we would need, but we haven't got no response back from anybody yet. So Matt and I have been working on a schedule. We met with Rick yesterday, gave him the same paperwork that you guys are looking at now, and he said everything looks good, everything that we're working on, except he suggested that we push back our first one, which we have on here, September 13th, move it back to September 20th, and then move the schedule that way, move it back all 1 week. If that's what you guys like, what you see, you guys have any comments, suggestions?
So when you say we would start all these trainings, what would Monday, September 20th be?
We would start, if you guys are okay with it, this building first. Since you guys already did the fire drill, this one, we'd do the active shooter bomb threat in 1 day. And then Wednesday or Thursday, Matt and I can come around with the evacuation, flood, earthquake, and just different department and explain to them, because there's not really a drill. We can't shake the building or anything. So we would, just give them the information that we've got and go that way. Then that would be cover 1 week. Just get this building done in 1 week and then move on to the next one, like the old complex, and then just go on to the different buildings. We found out there's like 17 different tribal buildings just in the Pablo area. So that's going to be 17 weeks. We didn't include SKC, S&K Electronics. So I didn't know if that was something that you guys wanted us to entertain or just let them be. And then if you guys approve this or okay with it, then we would work on Hot Springs, then Elmo, then Polson, then Ronan, Mission, Arley, and all the way down. Just come up with the schedule that would get started after we did the ones here in Pablo first.
Ellie?
So the list of trainings would be all active shooter ones, you're saying?
It would be 1 day, you'd have the active shooter and bomb threat in 1 day.
Okay.
And
Just a recommendation as you go through that, something that might make it easier. Across the street, I sat on the campus emergency response team, and we also did active shooter drills, but we were able to do the entire campus in one event. We had pre-planning meetings where we had shooters, and we just used sounds on our phone and went in with gun sounds into buildings, and staff members were taught prior to how to respond and how to lock down the building, who our building coordinators were, what you should do in those situations. And then we did a campus-wide, so that's a lot of buildings over there that we were able to do in 1 day. And then you have people, like if I was an active shooter for my building, I'm also monitoring who didn't do anything, who just sat at their desk and continued to work, who locked doors, what buildings didn't have doors locked. And so each building had a person designated. So you might reach out to Greg Gould and see if they have that protocol written up. It may save you a lot of time in trying to do a one event training as opposed to several buildings in several days.
So you're just asking for the go-ahead for the schedule?
Yeah, well, just because I know when our last fire drill, you did ask to come up with a schedule. So that's what we did. Like I said, instead of doing the whole tribe in general, we just started with Pablo first. And then if it was okay, then we would continue on, like I said, the Hot Springs and everywhere else.
Okay. Is everyone in approval of the schedule? Martin?
So you haven't contacted any of these departments or anything are these all confirmed with those actual departments, or do you just set those dates?
We didn't ask them what date would be available to them. We went to some of them, but not all of them. Like prosecutors and court, understand they can't do the drill because of court days. So they asked can we do it, coordinate with us? And maybe we can close it down for that day, no court. So it's just something that we'd have to go after you guys approve it, then we'd go and see which day is gonna work out for them, let them know this is what we've got planned for this week. You guys are building this week.
And may I follow up?
Go ahead.
And then shouldn't we find out if they even want to, are we just, I'm just confused. I think we're putting the cart ahead of the horse here. If we don't have confirmed dates or dates that they want to do them, we can't really approve these dates. Yeah, we can't approve dates without knowing for sure a department can do it. And that looks like we're directing the department to change their schedules to accommodate us, where it should be the other way around.
We did try, when we worked at gaming, try to do different departments on Fridays, but we didn't get a lot of people that would do it on their own time to come over. Some of them would take a kind of like change of duty, but still. Kind of like you did when you were at Job Corps. We just came there. We did, we did do some departments over at Twigo. Now they were asking to do it in their office so they know what to do, how they're going to lock up in their environment.
So Martin, are you suggesting they confirm with each department to make sure those specific dates work?
Yeah, because if we don't, then we're telling them that they have to do them on these days, right?
If we did it during working hours, I think would be asking if we can do a change of duty for that day so everybody can attend, was the point of trying to get everybody to run through the active shooter or whatever, instead of them taking the day off and not, oh, I don't want to participate, I'm just gonna use PTO.
If they were at work, why would it be change of duty?
Change of duty was what, when we were discussing with Rick, would probably be the easiest, just change of duty, and then that part of it. I just know that some of the people that will be helping us also don't work for us, they work for gaming. There's 3 of them there. That would be coming, but I think that would be something different instead of here.
Lynn?
Oh, it's been a long day. Trying to find my words here. So, first of all, I appreciate you guys taking the time out to put this together. It's a lot. I know it's a lot of work, a lot of coordination, and understanding your intent is just to try to educate people about the issue, and I think, and you're just making these dates are optional for people to attend. They don't have to attend, but it's there. It's available. It's available for them to be there if their time permits. And so I would support this. He may not be able to make all of the intended dates that he's got it listed on there, but at least he's trying. It's a start somewhere, and I'm sure it's flexible and adjustable wherever we can do whatever we can do, but we've got to start somewhere.
So it wasn't my understanding that it was optional. I mean, active shooting is not optional.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, and then I do know that there is people out there that have PTSD that, related to guns. So, we wasn't going to just bring it on them if, I'm just going to say, you guys approve it. So tomorrow, well, not tomorrow, because Matt and I have training tomorrow on Wednesday, but next week we'll start going to them. Okay, this is what we're working with. This is the schedule we got. We understand there's probably people that have PTSD, so they may not want to show up, which is fine.
Okay, that makes sense.
Madam Chair,
Martin?
who's gonna cover your guys' posts for the 14 days of this training?
That we don't have nobody, because the security, if you think about the security that we have just right now, it's just Matt and I.
That's exactly my point. This is 14 days that you guys won't be at your posts.
It's actually longer.
Well, there's
And
14
that's
days.
just for here in Pablo.
And then gaming, we're gonna be pulling people from gaming for 14 days as well. And how are they gonna being paid for this, or is this volunteer? Because then we get into those type of rules if we are doing change of duty. So, I mean, I'm not opposed to this. I'm just looking at the logistics of this as being, you could combine a lot of these departments, elder services and, social services. And so a lot of these could be, I think, combined into one. It's just, and if truly we're shutting an entire department down for a day as well, that's lost work time. That's, so we really got to look at, like, the intent is great. Don't get me wrong, but logistically, this is hard to put together. So I appreciate it.
The elder services is over by the post office, social services over there, so you can't combine them. They're two different, and they're different areas. So that's why we came up with, they're different where they're located. Try to get them close, elder services, DHRD. We wanted to start here first and then go around. We wasn't sure about courts, but I talked to Brad and he was okay with this, but we put them later on, like Two Eagle. We'll put them later on. We could always move it around, but I understand what you're saying, but they're two different sides of the highway.
Okay. So I've been through this, right?
Madam Chair, can we go into executive for this?
We'll go out of regular into